Cable Bahamas has always been considered the innovator.
People can have confidence in Cable Bahamas as a mobile operator because of our past history. We've proven to the Bahamian community that we are in fact able to manage additional services as a telecommunications company.
Customers expect the best from Cable Bahamas.
The technology that we bring is revolutionary technology because we know that the Bahamian public, they deserve it, and Cable Bahamas is here to bring it to them.
We are ready. Turn us on.
Numbers boss Craig Flowers speaks out following his victory in court. 138 people killed within a 6-year period after being charged with murder. Some Montel Heights residents afraid to leave their homes, and why the tourism minister says he won't betray the prime minister. We've got those stories and a whole lot more tonight. I'm Vonnie Toot, and NB12 starts now. Topping news tonight, the Court of Appeal has ordered the return of nearly $1 million to FML CEO Craig Flowers after it overturned a 2011 gaming conviction. Flowers, whose money was seized during a raid in 2009, told NB12 today the court matter has been a major hindrance to his business. And now that it's over, FML can reclaim the top spot in the industry. Kyle Joaquin reports.
Now that FML CEO Craig Flowers has won his appeal case, his company, he says, has a lot of catching up to do as the competition has gotten too far ahead.
$843,629.36 to be exact is what has been ordered to be given back to FML CEO Craig Flowers after his gaming convictions were overturned. We caught up with the FML CEO after a meeting with his attorneys. He said the entire court process has had his company handicapped, and right now he's just glad it's done.
You know, for us, it's a relief. We've been at a handicap here during the whole process of the regulations. We weren't able to really give our company the best opportunity that it deserved during the process. So I think now it's the best thing that has happened is that it allows me now to be a little more assertive as it relates to my company.
It was in 2009 that Magistrate Darren Stroll Davis ordered the money which was seized during a police raid of the FML web shop on Wolf Road forfeit to the Crown. Flowers was charged with permitting his premises to promote, organize, or conduct a lottery and permitting his premises to be used for a lottery. Roll Davis convicted Flowers of the offenses and fined him $5,000 on each count, or in the alternative, 2 years imprisonment. However, the Court of Appeal Wednesday morning ruled that the prosecution had failed to prove to the requisite standard that Flowers knew and permitted the premises to be used as a lottery. The court also found that the decision of Roll Davis was unreasonable and could not be supported having regard to the evidence. Alfred Sears represented Flowers. Franklin Williams, the Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions, appeared for the Crown. Over the 6-year period, the web shop industry has taken off without licenses having yet been issued, the most rapid expansion coming from Island Luck. But now that the Court of Appeal ruled in favor of Flowers, FML, he says, has a lot of catching up to do.
FML has a lot of work to do, Kyle. Our greatest challenge right now is to play catch up. We have to play catch up. Our colleagues and our competition is way out in front of us. We have never been so far behind in this industry. We've always been the pioneers. We've always been the leaders. With this matter being attached to myself over the years, it handicapped me.
Flowers says over the past few years, he hasn't been able to give his company the opportunity it deserved in a competitive world. The web shop boss says he won't say much more other than that the proof will be in the pudding.
We've always believed that we were the best. We always believed that we can overcome. We always believed that we can achieve the best possible results. So all I would want to say, given this opportunity now, the proof is going to be in the pudding as to what FML is really made of, because we now must go forward. We now must do the things that is necessary to get us back to where we were in the beginning.
There has still been no announcement as to which web shops will be given a license. Some, like Fantasy Games, have already been informed that they would not receive a license, according to Flowers. Thus, they have merged with FML and are now known as Fantasy, powered by FML. Flowers stressed that he anticipates his company will flourish now that its legal battle is over. Reporting for NB12, I'm Kyle Joaquin.
138 people charged with murder over the last 6 years have reportedly been murdered within 4 months after being released on bail. Minister of State for National Security Keith Bell revealed what he called a mind-boggling statistic in the Senate today as he underscored the explosive situation that is created after those charged with serious crimes are released on bail.
A person who is on bail for murder introduces an explosive situation to a community.
3 days after a man out on bail on a murder charge was gunned down off East Street South, the state minister for national security provided startling statistics, which he says prove that when persons obtain bail, the consequences are often deadly.
We had a case where a person executed in 1 week. We've had 5 cases where persons were executed within 2 weeks. We've had 138 cases, Madam President, collectively over the period, where persons were executed in 4 months. And we have had 19 cases, Madam President, where a person released on bail was executed in 1.5 years. All. And we're talking about strictly persons released.
Bell said between 2007 and 2011, 7,541 people were released on bail from prison. He also revealed that 16 of the 72 people murdered in the Bahamas so far this year were on bail for serious offenses. Additionally, Bell says 25% of the 123 people murdered in the Bahamas last year were on bail for serious offenses, including murder, rape, and armed robbery. With so many people on bail for serious crimes, Bell said police are seriously challenged in dealing with this issue.
When the Honorable Attorney General and those of us on this side speaks to the need to prevent such persons from obtaining bail with such passion, it is not because we, the government, wishes to detain persons unnecessarily. Rather, we wish to prevent the destabilization or the continued destabilization of our communities and to further prevent the accused person from becoming a murdered victim. When we have this, this is our unfortunate reality.
During her contribution to the budget debate, Attorney General Allison Maynard Gibson revealed that the AG's office implemented new measures that resulted in better outcomes for bail. She said of the 148 applications made this year for people accused of murder and manslaughter, only 8 were granted.
This shows, Madam President, that we are serious, and I want to underscore that word, serious, about addressing the perception of a revolving door on bail. This result shows that there is now a real belief that a matter will come on for trial within a reasonable period of time. Which is why, certainly one of the reasons, a significant reason why these bails are being denied.
Maynard Gibson says thanks to government's Swift Justice Initiative, officials have also made progress when it comes to the conviction rate, which she says increased to 66% in 2015.
In 2012, Madam President, we had a guilty rate of 31%, 2013 up to 54%, 2014 up to 54%, year-to-date 2015 to 66%. So you see that we're moving in the right direction.
In other news, the nation's murder count for the year now stands at 73 after a man was shot in Montel Heights last night and died in hospital. The shooting also left a man in hospital in serious condition. Police today returned to the scene of the crime to conduct a walkabout in the area and to reassure residents. Dana Smith tells us more.
A group of men were walking in this area when a silver Honda vehicle pulled up. The occupants fired several shots at them and sped off. That resulted in one of the men being seriously injured. 2 of them were taken to the hospital. One of them later died for his injuries. The other one is in serious condition.
Assistant Commissioner of Police Stephen Dean said the country's latest murder happened shortly after 9 p.m. at Ethel Street. Officers were back at the scene today, canvassing the area as part of an ongoing initiative by the force to show a presence in areas commonly blighted by crime. This was the second police walkabout in as many days. But Dean said police are not discouraged.
It's not disappointing because the country did not get to this point overnight. There are a lot of underlinks underneath the iceberg that are contributing to these efforts. That's why it comes back to the victim. It takes a village to raise the child. Everybody in this country must get involved in what is happening now. But we must fight this together. The police is not discouraged. We form part of the society. So we feel the same pain that everybody feels. So we believe that if we continue along this trajectory, continue along this path, we will bring justice to the families, we bring relief to the communities, because we have to create this strong and confident community where justice flourishes, where people feel safe, people can walk and move about freely.
Montel Heights residents said they were unsurprised by last night's murder and expressed concerns about the country's persistent crime rate. One woman said she heard gunshots last night and feared for her family's safety.
We heard 5 shots. It was very loud. My kids was in the house. When they had the shots, they was making conflict. They dropped to the ground and they started screaming. Now, I was by another resident when they had the shots. But I was so scared. I scared to come to a shortcut because I had shots. And I scared to go through the hill because there's a lot of bush. So I trying to get home to find out if any of my family is injured. I can't.
Last night's victim collapsed and died on the street right outside the home of 80-year-old Olga Smith, who'd been living in the area for 50 years. She said she's noticed a dramatic change in the neighborhood since she first moved there.
Look here, this place get dangerous now. When I first come here to live, this was a good era. But this new generation what around now, you can't say nothing to them. You'll be in problem.
Other residents voiced similar concerns.
Crime, the way how things been going now for the last 6-8 months, it's just some ordinary thing now.
It's very violent. It's violence neighborhood, that's all.
If you're talking to somebody or talking to police, them, they're coming back, your life is threatened, you're not safe in your own community.
Although police are still in the beginning stages of their investigation, Dean said officers are following significant leads and hope to wrap up their latest murder investigation quickly. Reporting for NB12, I'm Dana Smith.
And one day after Deputy Prime Minister Philip Davis declared he is ready for the job of Prime Minister, Tourism Minister Obi Wilchcombe said today he also has a lot to bring to the table. However, Wilchcombe made it clear that his loyalty lies with Prime Minister Perry Christie and he would never betray him or push for him to step aside. Simone Davis has the details.
The Minister of Tourism said as it stands, members of the Progressive Liberal Party are fully supporting Prime Minister Perry Christie. He also suggested that although he's expressing interest in becoming Prime Minister, he is confident that he's equipped with the skills needed to lead the country because of what he's learned from Christie over the years.
The truth is we support Perry Gladstone Christie, who's our leader right now. He's been in politics now going on the 41st consecutive year. He's served our nation well. I'm very loyal to Perry Christie and I will never challenge Perry Christie. I come from the school of loyalty and I believe in it. He's given me opportunities, showed me how to walk the streets, how to knock on doors, and showed me how to be a good minister. So I'm very grateful to him, and I think when he decides to leave office, that'll be his decision. No one's going to push him out.
On Monday, Deputy Prime Minister Philip Davis confirmed that he is ready for the Prime Minister position, but the bid would depend on whether Christie steps aside. When asked what he would bring to the table as the Prime Minister, Davis simply said, "Me." When asked that same question, Wilchcombe said, first and foremost, leadership of vision, then trust.
Leadership of vision, a vision that will seek to cause our country to be a greater nation. I think what's imperative is that people must have that feel-good factor. As one said before, it's the gross national happiness that I'm after. I think I can bring the trust to the country. I think I can cause people to appreciate how great our nation can be. And I believe that I could also disseminate love. I believe in one simple thing, that you cannot lead a people if you don't love a people. And you cannot bring service to the people if you don't believe in it yourself. And I do believe in it. I wish always to give service, not to be served.
He noted that he's married to the philosophy of the PLP, which focuses on social revolution. He noted that the Bahamas has grown tremendously under the Christie administration, and the only thing that he can do is let the work he has done speak for him and determine if he's capable of being the Prime Minister.
When the time comes and he determines that he wants to move on, you would hope first and foremost that your work speaks for you, that people reflect on your performance as a minister, they'll reflect on your performance as an individual and how you've lived, and then of course they'll look at what you present to the country. They will ask, what do you want to do and how do you intend to do it?
Reporting for MB12, I'm Simone Davis.
Still to come, has the Bahamas Christian Council become irrelevant? That story after this break.